guys, so I'm here to do a carrier review for you guys. I've been getting a lot of questions about the two different carriers that I use, which is a ring sling and just a regular baby carrier. I guess that's what it's called. That's what I've always heard called, baby carrier. Now there are different kinds like wraps, ring slings, carrier. There's different brands like the Mai Tai, Tula, Ergo. There's just so many different kind of carriers and so many different kind of brands out there, but I currently use a ring sling that is by the Sleeping Baby Productions and also a Tula, which is very similar to the Ergo. So I'm just going to show you guys how to use it, and then I'm also going to talk about why I love it, the pros and cons, stuff like that. So I'm just going to get started. Alright, so first I am going to be talking about the ring sling. This was a gift from a subscriber, and like I said, it is a Sleeping Baby Productions. I will leave both links below where you can find the ring sling as well as the Tula, but I absolutely love my ring sling, and it has came in handy, especially as a newborn. Now there's different sizes, and this one is a small, which fits me perfectly and works perfectly at the right length and everything. But this has been really great for Nolan being a newborn, because I know most carriers have to have a newborn insert. I know with the Tula, if your baby's under 15 pounds, you have to have a insert. That's why I got the Tula for when he was a little bit older, and this is just came in handy for when he was a newborn, and still is. I still use this. Yeah, this is just what a ring sling looks like, and I absolutely love it because the material is very thin. For the longest time I was thinking about getting the Moby wrap, but a lot of reviews said that the material was kind of heavy, it's not as breathable, and they got really hot, and it was also too much material. And some ring slings can be like that, but I love this one because it's very breathable, very thin material, but also very strong. So I'm just going to go ahead and show you how I wear it, and there's different techniques that I've noticed with different videos, because when I first got it, I was really overwhelmed on how to use it, and I watched a lot of videos on YouTube, but I did notice there was different ways that people use them, generally the same idea, but I'm just going to go ahead and show you guys. So I've seen people put it on their less dominant shoulder or their dominant shoulder. I actually use my dominant shoulder just because I'm so used to having it on my right shoulder. So you're just going to put your rings right here and where you want it, and then you're going to take the top tail of your ring sling, and it's just going to look like this behind. You want it flat against your back and not tangled up at all. So what I do is I kind of just like fold it like an accordion just to get it through the rings. So you kind of just want to bunch it up like that, and making sure that your top rail is nice and smooth against your back where you want it, and you're just going to bring it through both rings like so, and then you're going to slip it underneath your bottom ring like that. You want to make sure the fabric is not bunched up, it's nice and smooth on the rings. That way it'll be easier to tighten and adjust. I always make sure that it's up on your shoulder. You don't want it digging into your neck or on your collarbone. That's going to really hurt. You kind of want it in between your collarbone and your shoulder right there, so it's not hurting, the rings aren't hurting those bones. So now you have a little pocket to put your baby in, and I'm going to go ahead and put Nolan in. Alright, so after you have your baby, Exhibit A, you're going to put them on your shoulder. At least this is how I do it. Put them on your shoulder, kind of high up and supporting him, and obviously if it's a newborn you want to support the neck, and I just bring the top rail over him. Now there's different ways that you can position their feet. Right now we have just been folding his feet in there, kind of like how his feet would be in the womb, but you can also wrap the legs around as well, so I'll go ahead and show you guys that one. Now the best way I can explain this is that you want his legs to be M-shaped. You don't want them dangling, and making sure that the bottom rail is tucked underneath, because you obviously don't want your baby slipping out. Alright, so when you have them in the position that you want, like I said, you could tuck the feet in. You're just going to want to adjust your ring sling, adjust it by the top rail as well as the bottom rail, as so. And I like to put it over my shoulder because I have shoulder problems. I know a lot of moms have back problems, but I have shoulder problems. So I'll just put it over my shoulder, and it will distribute the weight instead of just one place on my shoulder, and it makes it a lot more comfortable for me. Just tighten it where you want, and then there you go. Your hands free he is close to you, and I've always read and heard that you want to be able to kiss your baby. If they're too low, then you don't have them in the right place. Sorry if my stomach was exposed. You definitely want to be able to kiss your baby and, you know, be close to you. You don't want to feel like they're going to fall out or loose, and obviously you don't want it too tight, enough for them to breathe. So he is just comfortable. I'm hands-free. I can get stuff done. What I really like about it is that it's very breathable material. It's not too heavy. I can fold this up and put this in the diaper bag if I need to. The downside is that since I do have shoulder problems, my shoulders do start hurting after a while. It does help, like I said, to put it over my shoulder more, but it does after a while hurt because this shoulder is carrying a lot of weight. Your shoulders are carrying a lot of weight and it's not dispersed more. So that is a downside, but it's great for newborns especially, and when they can't support their heads, you can also lift this up. I lift this up as well when he falls asleep. I just put this over his head to kind of like secure his neck so it's not bobbling everywhere. You can also tug the tail of it in. I sometimes will just tuck it in the ring or pull it through, and that way it's just not dangling around. But it took me a couple tries to figure it out, so the more you do it, the more you'll get used to it, and now I can just whip it out and just hurry and put him in and go into the store or whatever. So it does take a couple tries, you know, to figure it out, but I absolutely love it, and he's happy. He's right here and right near my face, so that's what I really, really like about it. All right, so now moving on to the Tula. Like I said, this is very similar to the Ergo, and don't mind the spit up all along my side, but yeah, very similar to the Ergo. Has the neck clip up here, and the great thing about this is you can wear this from the front or the back, and it's very, very padding, so it's really, really well for my shoulders. And I'll show you how to use it first, and then I'll explain like why I love it. The great thing about the Tula is that you can do a high carry or you can do a low carry, so right underneath your bust or around your hips, which I really, really like. So it does have adjustable straps to fit people, you know, if they're smaller or bigger, and as well as the arm straps, I guess that's what you call it, arm straps and the neck strap or the chest strap, whichever way you're wearing. So I'm gonna do a high carry. Also, before I show you, what I really, really like about the Tula is the different patterns. I will leave the link down below if you want to check it out, but they have so many different cute patterns. Like the Ergo does too, but they have a lot of plain colors, but the Tula has so many different cute patterns. So I just have this chevron yellow pattern. But yeah, I'm just going to show you guys how to use it, and I'm going to do a high carry, and you're just going to clip it like so and tighten it to however you need to, and it's very, very easy and secure when you tighten it. And now you want to bring your baby on you. All right, so you're going to take your baby and you're just going to set them on you, and making sure that his legs are, like I said, in an M shape. That looks, if you guys can see that, hopefully you guys can see that. This is the best for their hips. Instead of like, I've seen the Bjorn, like their feet are dangling, that is not good for their hips at all. So you kind of want an M shape. That's the best way I can explain it. All right, so then you're going to take your strap while holding your baby with the other arm and bringing it in your arms. Might have to loosen it really quick before showing you guys. Hey, buddy. Putting it around, and then I just take this up around him. You guys can see. And also putting the other strap on. And bringing it up a little bit if you need to, and then you're just gonna clip it in the back. So there you go. And like I said, you can adjust it, so it has adjust right here if you want to loosen it if you want to. You still want them to feel secure. You don't want it to be too loose, but you can adjust it like so. You can also adjust these straps right here, and you can also adjust this as well if you need to tighten that. So yeah, I like no one really close up to me, but also you can do it around your hip. But yeah, like the Ergo, it has a hood, and you can also snap this out in case they're sleeping, or if it's really sunny, or even breastfeeding, you can lower it a little bit to breastfeed. So you can just clip it up here if you need to on both sides, and it has like a little hood, and like I said, it comes off. It has a little pocket right here if you want to put your money or your cell phone. It is right there to use. And I really, really like the Tula, especially for when he gets older and he becomes heavier, because I feel like his weight is more dispersed and it's not on just one side, and it almost feels like I'm not carrying him right now. What's the matter, buddy? Someone's getting hungry, but I absolutely love the Tula. I love my ring sling and my Tula. I guess the downside is that it is a little bit hotter and thicker material. Like when we went to the festival the other day, I was hotter than usual versus when I use my ring sleeve. So there is a little bit more material and padding and that kind of stuff. So that's a downside, but since like fall and winter are coming up, I'm going to be using this a lot. You can also breastfeed really discreetly, you know, just put the straps down a little bit, breastfeed, put the hood up, and really nobody has to know. So that's what I really like about it. There's actually not too many cons with the ring sling as well as the Tula. I think there's a lot more pros than cons, and you know, you're hands free, you can do more, especially if you have a very fussy or clingy baby. This is great. So I absolutely love both. I would say I probably use my ring sling more now, but I know as he gets older I'm going to be using the Tula a lot more. So yeah, hopefully I'm not leaving anything out. I feel like I'm leaving something out, so if you have questions, please leave them down below, and I will also leave where you can purchase both of these down below. So I hope you guys found this video helpful. Let me know what is your favorite carrier, what works best for you, and what brand you love. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.
Bye guys.
Okay, so I'm here to do a carrier review for you guys. I've been getting a lot of questions about the two different carriers that I use, which is a ring sling and just a regular baby carrier. I guess that's what it's called. That's what I've always heard called, baby carrier. Now there are different kinds like wraps, ring slings, carrier. There's different brands like the Mai Tai, Tula, Ergo. There's just so many different kind of carriers and so many different kind of brands out there, but I currently use a ring sling that is by the Sleeping Baby Productions, and also a Tula, which is very similar to the Ergo. So I'm just going to show you guys how to use it, and then I'm also going to talk about why I love it, the pros and cons, stuff like that. So I'm just going to get started. Alright, so first I am going to be talking about the ring sling. This was a gift from a subscriber, and like I said, it is a Sleeping Baby Productions. I will leave both links below where you can find the ring sling as well as the Tula, but I absolutely love my ring sling, and it just came in handy, especially as a newborn. Now there's different sizes, and this one is a small, which fits me perfectly and works